Today we've got an absolutely exquisite piece of opal, and the colour in it is actually ridiculous, and I'm quite nervous about cutting this one. It's called a fossil opal. It's a wood replacement opal, comes from Lightning Ridge, and it has a colour bar in it that is the strongest colour bar I've seen in a long time. But there's also sand spots right in the middle, and I don't know how far or how deep or whether I'm gonna cut something out of it that easily. So I have to take this one very slow. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I might polish just the edges of the colour bar to give me a better picture of what's going on inside. Because with the skin the way it is, it's too rough and I can't see properly. But I really need to be able to measure this right so that if there is a sand spot coming into the colour, I can adjust my shot, my cut. So I'm just going to quickly get on the wheel and give those sides a nice polish, and we'll see what happens from there.
The cost of this rough opal has made Justin very nervous. And the reason is because that the piece has no real clear section into it that says, that's where my money is. The sand is scattered through the piece in such a way that even the gem torch is not giving him a clear picture, making this the most risky purchase he's made in a long time. The wood replacement opal is a fossil of organic tree matter from 110 million years ago. The organic matter had decomposed and left a cavity underground in the original shape of it. Fossil opal is renowned for having sand and inclusions in them, making this type of opal the most difficult to cut.
So I've just taken the stone on the diamond wheels, and I'm just giving a little bit of a polish on the edges of this piece so I can see inside it, just like a window, I guess, because the rough exterior was really too rough to be able to tell what's going on inside. So just want to give myself a bit of a heads up and help me out to seeing where the best stones could be cut. So now I've polished those sides where the colour bar sits, and it gives me a really good insight now, like a window into what's going on inside without losing actually any extra carat weight or colour. And this is where the gem torch comes into its own. When I shine the light going straight in there, I can see now it's a lot clearer that there is a lot of mess going on inside that stone. And whether I'm going to cut something out of the thicker end is still really hard to tell. Now, the reason why it's such a hard cut is there's black potch on the piece, and the only piece of black potch is where all of the sand is. And I think that that's the only place where there is a possibility of a black opal. And if I do cut something with that black potch on the back, it will be a very expensive stone, but it has to be clean. So I think I'm going to start taking the sandy top off to see what the colour face is like first, and then we can chop it up into its allocated stones of where this piece is going to allow me to cut gems. So let's get on the wheel and do the scary bit. I haven't cut a fossil for quite a while, or a wood replacement fossil that is. We've cut shells, but the whole thing that I've been banking on is having this colour face beautifully just underneath the sand, and I'm showing from the edges that that colour is ridiculously bright, but it's hard to tell whether that's actually going to show up underneath the sand. So let's start and see if we can get some nice colour shining through. This makes me nervous. So I didn't even realise that there was potch inside the sand as well as sand. And if that's the colour that's supposed to face, then that is a major flop. Because that colour there compared to this colour here is not the same. Maybe it's a different bar and I have to take it down further. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see that's the second bar. It's looking pretty good. Let's just take a little bit more on this side. See what happens. Okay, yep, it's starting to come through there too. Well, that's one bonus, but there's a lot of sand. It's going to kill me there. Let's take this very slow and carefully.
What Justin hasn't realised yet is that the only area in the piece that is actually clear is a potch line that has no colour in it. So the chances of cutting anything out of this piece is looking very grim. And the sand is where most of the good colour sits, so it's looking like we could be in trouble.
Far out. That looks nothing like the side.
The weak potch line is not only making the opal seem dull, but it's travelling through the piece on an angle, making it impossible to cut a larger gem, and grinding all the colour away is not an option.
Can't believe this is happening. It's so dull. I'm shaking now, I'm shaking. I've got to take it easy, far out. This is a lot of money involved. Come on. Oh, there's a glimpse of the nice colour. I can't do this. This is just crazy. Have a look. I think so. I'm not sure. I think there's a really faint potch line that's going on an angle that's hiding the really good colour, and I'm hoping that that's the case, because if that's the way it's facing, it's not very good. I spent a lot of money on that. Oh man. Take it through there, and we've got to take it through.
In damage control, Justin tries to salvage what he can from this sand-riddled rough oval.
Yeah. And hope that we get a stone out of that. Not even game to look at that. Don't even want to know. The sand is taking so much of the colour away. And no matter where I slice or cut, it's becoming my worst nightmare. While the colour is nice, it's got a dark and dull body tone, lowering the value and making it worth nowhere near as much as I paid. So this really is not looking good. I'm trying my best to get that water bar out that has no colour in it. And it's making the colour really dull because it's sitting on top. And the further I grind down, the smaller and flatter this stone becomes. This is becoming a nightmare. This is one of those moments where you wish you never cut it, you wish you never bought it, and you wish you could take back time. The sand spots just keep on coming. With only half the gem and half the colour I thought I'd get, I've come to a realisation that we're not going to win. Not every opal tells you the story you hope for, and today this piece didn't turn out the way I imagined. Despite all the planning, the careful cuts and the excitement of what might be hidden inside, sometimes things just don't go our way. And it's disappointing, sure. We lose money on this one, but that's a part of the journey with opals and in life. Each piece we work on teaches us something new, whether it's patience, resilience, or the ability to adapt when things don't go as planned. There's always a lesson hidden in the challenges. And it's just like in life. Sometimes the greatest growth comes from moments like these. The moments where we're reminded that success isn't guaranteed, but the effort is always worth it. So while this opal didn't become the masterpiece I hoped for, it's still a reminder of why I do this. It's about the process, the passion, and the respect for these stones that nature has created over millions of years. And who knows, maybe the next piece will hold the magic we're looking for. Thanks for joining me on this journey, even when it's not a perfect ending. If you've had moments where things didn't go as planned, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you turned it into a learning experience. Until next time, keep chasing the fire and embracing the lessons along the way.
Justin's efforts weren't all in vain. He ended up cutting a 5.47 carat dark opal with a lot of red colour, but unfortunately he didn't make a profit, and the gem turned out to be worth $7,500, which is a $3,500 loss. That's the opal game for you. You just have to risk it for the biscuit. Till next time.